put him on the news. I put him on the news.
I'll try not to get anything with you in it. Or try to edit anything that you have that you're in. We're going into the back room, boys.
It's the press box.
We're going into the back room.
It's the press box.
We're going into the back rooms. It's a very thin back rooms.
Where all the press. Let's hope it's warm in here. Yeah, probably.
Indoors. There's like a really high chance.
Warm.
Person. Microphones.
Am I wrong? At least they shouldn't be on it.
Oh.
The press box is where all the media work during baseball games. Now the main press box area we're in here can hold up to about 60 people, but on normal game days there are roughly 30 employees who are working on here. They consist of representatives for both home and away teams, and their job is to watch for on-field occurrences like lineup changes, hitting streaks, home run milestones, and things like that. And then they will announce that information through a microphone that everybody hears in the press box and the TV and radio booths to our right too. In here also work statisticians who track all the stats the media use. You also have Major League Baseball employees who stream the games online, so you can follow the games from those box scores and those GameCast applications too. There's also an umpire supervisor who works in here, the official scorekeeper who records the game that's in the official record books as well. There are also employees who operate the field time clock. And if you want to know where that is, if you look at the Jumbotron in center field and below the Coolray sign, you'll see a suspended screen that tracks pitching changes and inning breaks. Something to look out for next time you're here for a game. Now the booths to our right are our visiting and home TV and radio booths. On the TV we have Chip Caray and Jeff Francoeur, former Braves player. Chip Caray comes from a family of broadcasters. His father, Skip Caray, also a famous Braves broadcaster, and his father, Harry Caray, a famous Cubs broadcaster. Skip was actually the play-by-play announcer for the St. Louis Hawks professional basketball team before they moved down here to Atlanta in 1968. And when they moved, he actually followed them, partly to get out of his father's, Harry Caray's, shadow, because that area was always going to be his. And after that, he, of course, became the Braves broadcaster. Now, the last booth on the very end there is the Braves Vision booth, and that is the video production arm of the team. Those are the folks that work the amazing sound system we have here. And I know it's a great one because I went to a Metallica concert a few years ago here, and it was an amazing, very loud and hot experience with flamethrowers. They do a great job. They also work the stadium lights under the canopy, and the centerpiece is that big TV in center field that is 121 feet wide, 65 feet tall, 8.5 million LEDs. So a little nicer than my TV and probably most of yours. Now to point out some locations around our park, if you look to the right of the right field flagpole, you'll see the Konica Minolta Conference Center. That's used throughout the year for business meetings, receptions, seminars, and things like that. Below that, you'll see 6 party suites, and they range in size from 20 to 52-person suites. It can also become one large one for 229 people for events or just someone with a lot of friends. Now, right across from us is one of the most popular areas to watch games from, the Chop House. That is made up of 3 different levels. The top of the chop, fittingly, is the top part, and that's all standing room space. Now those 2 areas overhanging the Chop House they're called the Chop House decks, and those are for 20 people, 15 to 20 people, standing room space, perfect for birthday parties and things like that. Now the main Chop House level is open to anybody with any type of game ticket. Below the Chop, a really cool group space right up next to the right fielder, and we'll be going there later on the tour. Now above the Chop House, you'll see on those 2 light poles we've actually won 39 pennants. You'll see 38 displayed in our history. 14 of those we won while in Boston, 2 in Milwaukee, and 23 now here in Atlanta. The 22 pennant we, of course, won, but the division is just not up there yet. The dark blue ones represent the league pennants, red World Series, light blue division, and white the wild card years. The National Association was actually the only league from 1871 to 5, and then after that in 1876, the National League was created. American League wasn't created until some years after that in 1901. Note that 1969 was the first year of divisional play, and that's when 4 teams were added and again made 4 divisions throughout baseball. Now below that you'll see the same cow that used to be at Turner Field, and that is Kathy the cow. She is named after Chick-fil-A's founder, Truett Cathy. She is a 40-foot tall cow that weighs 18,000 pounds. Before bringing her here, we had her renovated down in New Orleans in Mardi Gras World. And again, 18,000-pound cow. Pretty decent amount of hamburgers you can make from her. Now, the State Farm side is the Braves bullpen. In center field, we have an area called the Batter's Eye. That is right behind the batter's field of view, so we don't have seats there. They would be, of course, very distracting. I believe they also turn that waterfall off during the games. The rocks, trees, and waterfall represent Georgia's great outdoors. Those are real trees. The rocks are actually not. They're made from molds over rocks out of fiberglass. In those pools, there are 11,000 gallons of water and 4 water cannons that shoot water 60 feet up to celebrate home runs, exciting events like that. Now, the Home Depot Clubhouse to the left of the TV is a really cool group space for roughly 40 people. Fans up there get to track the home pitcher's strikeouts by hanging the Ks over the side. In baseball, a back row's K is a strikeout, looking at a normal K swinging, and they get to hang those. I'm sure when Spencer Strider set the new Braves strikeout mark with 16, they probably almost ran out of them, if I were to guess. Now, in left field, where the bright T-Mobile sign is the visiting team's bullpen, and I like that we gave them a blindingly pink color for theirs. Above that is the Hank Aaron Terrace, which is where we'll be going pretty soon, where we have some baseball artifacts displayed. Above that is the Coca-Cola corner, on top of which there's AstroTurf, where kids can run around, or anybody can run around to get some energy out. Now, if you sit in one of those Coca-Cola corner seats, you also receive a free Coke with your ticket. Now, it is probably the hottest group of seats in the park under the sun, so my logic is you get a Coke to help compensate for that. Now, these 11 numbers lined up to the left of that are our Braves retired numbers. Now, many of these, probably a number of these names you haven't heard of before, and I'll mention the number 3 was Dale Murphy, popular Brave in the 1980s. He won back-to-back MVPs in 82 and in 83, and he's also the only Brave whose number we've retired who is not also in the Baseball Hall of Fame. I think he and Andrew Jones should be in there. Now, number 6 is Bobby Cox, the winningest Braves manager. Current manager, of course, Brian Snitker, but he is the winningest Braves manager and 4th winningest manager of all time. Also has a record that probably won't be broken, and that is times ejected from games. Now, number 10 is Chipper Jones. You probably heard of Chipper Jones, one of the best switch hitters ever, spending his whole career with Atlanta. Now, 21 is an old-timer, and that is Warren Spahn, the winningest left-handed pitcher. 29 is John Smoltz, now an announcer. One of the best, again, part of the big 3 rotation of Braves pitchers in the 90s. Greg Maddux was also part of that rotation, amazing pitcher. Now, Phil Niekro is number 35. Phil Niekro threw a pitch called a knuckleball, which is kind of a lost art in today's baseball. And 41 is Eddie Matthews, the only Brave playing in all 3 of our cities. Now, 44 is an important name to remember, and that is, of course, the late, great Hank Aaron. And I'll tell you a little bit more about him as we make our way to his terrace. 47, Tom Glavine, again, part of that big 3 rotation, MVP of the 95 World Series. Now, 42 is Jackie Robinson. Now, all Major League Baseball retired Jackie's number in 1997, as that marked the 50th anniversary of him breaking the color barrier. He debuted for the Brooklyn Dodgers back on April 15th of 1947, and actually the Dodgers were playing the Braves that day, and they did beat us, but we're okay losing that particular game. Jackie Robinson is also from Cairo, Georgia, and had his number again retired in 97. The last players, just for some trivia, to wear 42 was Mariano Rivera, the great Yankees closer. So we're going to make our way out the way we came in. Follow me.
Push in your chairs, please.
I never
Yes,
sat
push in your chairs,
down.
go.
Jackie Robinson. Hey.
I never sat down, so I didn't know how comfortable they were. Alright, let me zoom back.
Boy, better be in the glass.
Be filming.
Here, video recording.
Video recording, a video recording.
We're live.
Coca-Cola. Person. Person.
Yeah, what?
What do you think about the Braves Stadium luxury place thing?
Sure, it's Brave Stadium. It's probably the best stadium in the world. You can't lie.
Sir, what do you think about the Braves Stadium?
It is the best stadium in the world, and don't change my opinion. You can't change it.
Agreed.
I had to go to the restroom though.
Go to the the restroom.
Yeah, they're all closed. You have to take the L
It's over
and
the
wait
side.
wait till you
Oh.
get to the aquarium or landing place. You might have some wet pants later. Come on. I just have 2 like 15-minute videos.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Baseball field, baseball field, baseball field, baseball field. Justin's face.
Have you ever dropped your phone in McDonald's Sprite and it starts charging?
No, I haven't. But I want to question what you had in your Sprite there, sir. What was in your Sprite?
301 Allegra, Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico. I am a meth dealer.
Oh, okay. I think this guy is crazy over here.
He's crazy.